So Chris, you've been with Megadeth now for 2 years.
Right.
So obviously you're not the new guy anymore, but can you give us a little bit of background on how you joining the band came about?
Yeah, definitely. The story is pretty short and sweet, but it was right around late December of 2007 into 2008, and from my perspective, I had gotten a call from Megadeth's management, and they were just like, "Are you interested in potentially being the lead guitarist in Megadeth?" And I, of course, was like, "Of course, how could I turn that down?" And so a few days later, I went down and met with Dave and talked with him. We kind of talked about, what each person would expect from each other and stuff like that. And then I played for him for a little bit, and we just got right to work because, we had less than a month at that point in time before the next tour. And what I found out after the fact was that Sean and Glenn, Glenn Drover, who had decided to leave the band, they had gotten together and were talking about potential candidates for who could replace him. And my name was put on the short list, and then Dave had seen some of the YouTube clips that I'd done, and so that's kind of how it came about.
Now you follow a long line of iconic guitarists for Megadeth.
Right.
And I read that Dave said working with you was kind of like Ozzy and Randy Rhoads, and he also cites that you're probably the best guitarist that Megadeth has ever had. What does that do for your ego? Coming from Dave.
Actually, you might think that it would give me a big ego, but it makes me a little bit more guarded because then I think, oh man, I have to actually live up to those statements, and so for me, I love the compliments, and I think it's awesome that he feels that way, but I never question it one way or the other. I just, I love playing the instrument, and it's a great position to be in if you like playing the guitar. So.
Now you recently just did 7 dates for the Big Four.
Right.
What was that like? I'm assuming you probably grew up with a lot of those bands.
Yeah.
What was that like to be part of that whole experience?
Well, it was very different than what I had kind of expected, because since I've been touring for a little while, you get used to all these different packages that are put together, different bands that play together and come together for a tour. And a lot of times you don't really get that much time to really hang out with the other bands or really see what's happening from the fans' perspective. You go out and you do your part and you contribute to it, but you don't see the whole package together. And with the Big Four, it was so cool because for the first time I felt like I was part of something that was bigger than just another tour package. You know what I mean? It was like all 4 bands came together and they wanted to recreate the genre and really promote the genre. It wasn't just about those 7 shows or anything like that. It was about the whole genre and thrash in general. So I was very stoked with the whole vibe.
Now, are you hoping maybe next summer that package is brought here to the States, maybe as a stadium tour?
Yeah, absolutely. It would be awesome to see it come here to the States or anywhere for that fact. It's a great bill, and all of the bands, they're all cool guys.
What was the largest crowd you played in front of?
It was, I don't know exactly because I don't have the exact numbers, but from my perspective, it was in Poland, Warsaw, and it was like 120,000 people. So.
Now, since joining Megadeth, they tour a lot. What's been like the biggest change in your life?
I would say it has more to do with the amount of, it's like turning up the microscope. Everything is more amplified at this level. More interviews, more production on stage, a lot more to consider about what I'm doing on stage and how I'm moving on stage, and just everything is just, it's like more amplified. So.
Now, considering Endgame was your debut with Megadeth, what do you think that the album number 9 in Billboard, and it was Grammy nominated?
Yeah.
You ever kind of wake up and think like, wow, is this like happening?
I don't think I've woken up yet. So I haven't really stepped back to see that side of it. I still feel like I'm even getting used to being in these shoes. So in Megadeth, so sometimes I'll take a step back and I'll be able to see what I'm doing in Megadeth. But even with that accomplishment, with Endgame doing so well, I haven't even stopped to look at that yet. So
It must be kind of an honor to be doing interviews, because I always remember Dave kind of being like the mouthpiece and kind of guarded it like his baby. So
yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I think that you know, everybody realizes that we're working as a team, and any kind of promotion is good promotion. So you know, it's mutually beneficial to Megadeth, to me, to you, you know, to the fans who go to your site. So
now you seem to have, you know, your guitar playing is very eclectic. What would someone be surprised to hear on your iPod? What's a guilty pleasure?
I would say my worst guilty pleasure is probably like Pink. You know, I like Pink a lot. I think she's got a great voice, and she's got that grit to it, and she's got an edge to her that I don't think any other, you know, R&B pop artist has. So
If you want, you can clear this last question with Dave, and if not, I'll make sure I cut that out.
All right.
The Pink part.